A lot of people think that you are only fertile when you ovulate. So that egg gets released, that's your chance to get pregnant. It only lasts 24 hours and that's it. But this isn't true. You can actually be fertile before ovulation. And let me further explain what I mean. So your hormone cycle is literally that. It is a cycle. On day 1 of your period, that's the beginning of a new cycle. Let's say that you have a 30-day cycle. Therefore, your next period will fall on day 31, making that your new day 1. From day 1 of your period, a series of hormonal events will happen which will trigger ovulation, and if you don't get pregnant, they will fall and you will get your period. That's a very sloppy diagram, but that's kind of the way your hormones are flowing. So all these hormones are going through the little fluctuation pattern and they drop at the end of the cycle if you do not get pregnant, and then you get your period and then you do it all over again. Now ovulation occurs once estrogen rises. We get our LH surge, which triggers ovulation. So ovulation will probably be around right here. Now, ovulation is the release of that egg from the follicle that you were growing during this time. Now, when that follicle matures and it grows, that's what's causing this increase in estrogen. So you will only ovulate once per cycle. Once that egg is ovulated, it lasts 24 hours, in which this is a possibility for sperm to meet the egg. This is not your only time to get pregnant. When this follicle was growing and that estrogen was rising, that increase in estrogen was causing you to make an increase in cervical mucus, that stretchy, clear, lubricative stuff that you can see. That is what's happening when estrogen rises. Now, that stuff can actually keep sperm alive for up to 5 days. So therefore, if you have intercourse 5 days prior to ovulation, you could actually get pregnant if you don't ovulate until like the 24th, but you had intercourse on the 19th. So even though it was before ovulation, you could still get pregnant. So therefore, our fertile window is 5 days plus the day of ovulation, which equals 6 days. Now, once this egg has passed that 24 hours, it did not meet a sperm. Therefore, for the rest of the cycle, you actually can't get pregnant. That's because you're not just going to randomly ovulate, because these hormones are suppressing these hormones, so you can't just like randomly ovulate another egg. Once you ovulate, this side of the cycle is your luteal phase, and before ovulation, this side is your follicular phase. Now, your follicular phase can differ in length. The day in which you ovulate can differ, so just keep an eye out for that. When people say, I got pregnant on my period, that is because they ovulated earlier in their cycle. Because remember, cervical mucus can keep sperm alive for up to 5 days. So if you have intercourse at the end of your period and you ovulate here, you could get pregnant.